Day viewers, you're welcome to my channel. I'm Onyechi Evangeline Shoma. In today's tutorials, I'll be teaching you how to make a Zara cap with net and a flower design, fabric flower rather. So let's proceed to what we have. We have a millinery wire here. I have a wording here. In the absence of wording, you can make use of Mako. Okay, I have my fabric here. You can make use of any fabric of your choice, but I'm using lycra sequence for this. And I have my crinoline here. So the measurement of this crinoline is 2 inches wide. Then I have net. I have my gum here. Then I'll also be needing a bias strip, and that's all for now. So for my fabric now, I'm going to I've already cut it out. I cut it out, and the measurement I cut out is 24 inches for my head circumference. Then the width is about 25 inches. Okay, so then for this wording, I cut out 5 inches by 20 inches length. Okay, then I have another piece of fabric here, and for this piece of fabric I'll be cutting it out in 8 places. Okay, so I'm going to cut it out in 8 places, and the measurements for it is 4.5 inches by 9 inches length. Okay, so I'm going to cut it out in 6 places. Okay, just cut it out in 6 places. Okay, so let's proceed to what we'll have. Then for my crinoline, I'm going to cut it out. The length of crinoline is okay, the length I'm using is 9 inches. This is my crinoline, and I'm using the width of 2 inches. Okay, so the reason why I'm cutting this out in 4 inches is that when I fold it this way, this crinoline can be able to penetrate inside. So if you have a smaller crinoline, maybe 1 inch crinoline, then you make use of 2 inches, so that when you stitch, you have about 1 inch. Okay, so that's just it. So I'll be cutting it out in 12 places because we are going to be pairing it. Okay, so let's proceed to what we have. So the first thing I'm going to work on is this wording. So I'm going to fold it into 2 this way. Then you can gum so that it will be easy for you to so then in the absence of gumming, you can just tack to hold it down. Okay, so that when you want to stitch, it will be very easy for you. So like I said earlier, the measurement of this wording is 20 inches by 5 inches. So I've already applied gum here. You can use this B6000. You can use any elastic gum you can locate. Okay, so just allow it to dry, then after that you stick it. So at the end of the day, I'll have like 2.5 inches for my work. Okay, so this is it. After gumming it, I will get my fabric, the one I cut out earlier. So this is the length. Okay, this is the length. It's about 24 inches. This part will sit on my head, and the other part, okay, is the height. Okay, so I'm going to open it up this way, then stitch. I'm going to stitch it this way. So I'm not going to stitch on the wording at all. I'm going to make sure that the wording is very firm. So I'll go ahead and stitch. So I'm just going to stitch from this point to the end, and just like that. So let me go to my camera, let me go to my sewing machine, then stitch. Okay, then I will show you how I was able to achieve it. So I'm done stitching it, and this is it. And just make sure that this marco is at the center. If you're using marco, whatever material you are using inside, just make sure it's at the center. Like you have about 2 inches here and 2 inches at the other side if you are using 24 inches, okay, for the length. So now what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to take this sewn part to the center, okay, the part where I joined the wording together. Okay, so just small adjustments and I'll be fine. Just small adjustments, then after the adjustment you can tack. Okay, so this is it, so that when my client wears it, it will be more pronounced. Okay, so make sure it's at the center. Okay, so now after that put your stuff together. Okay, you can after that you go ahead and secure. You stitch down this part and stitch down this part so that it won't be going up and down, so it will be stable. Okay, so this is it. I've gone ahead to secure the edges. Okay, and I have a reasonable allowance here at the 2 sides. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to put these 2 edges together. They make a curve. Now the height of your Zara cap highly depends on you. Okay, if you want it very high, then you go ahead and make use of this measurement. Then if you want it smaller, okay, you can reduce this measurement. Okay, I wanted it high, but I think this measurement is too high for what I want, so I'm going to reduce it. While reducing it, I'll make a curve here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, put the 2 ends together so as to get an accurate measurement. Put the 2 ends together, then make a curve just like the regular turban cap. Okay, so now first I'm going to make them the normal stitches, regular stitches. I'm going to run my stitches here, then after which I gather it, and that's just it for this Zara cap. So assuming you're just making Zara cap, after the regular stitches and your smoking, then you are done. So let me go ahead and stitch, then I will be right back. I'm done stitching it. As you can see, this is it. So for the running stitches, I'm going to start immediately after the band, so it's here. So I'm going to stitch all the way down. I don't know if you can see it, so just this way until I get to the end. So as you can see, I've done to the edge and I'm going to drag it. So this is it. So now at this point, I'm going to secure the stitches. Just secure your stitches and cut out the excess. Okay, so this is the Zara cap. Let me turn to reveal the right part. So this is how it looks. Okay, this is it. So for the other design, let's proceed. So for the fabric flower design, this fabric we cut out, I'm going to fold it into 2. Like I said earlier, I have 4.5 inches by 9 inches, so I'm going to fold this. This is the right side, so I'm going to fold it this way and stitch. Okay, so after stitching, I should have something like this. So I'm going to stitch the 6 of them. Okay, I'm going to stitch the 6 of them. Then after that, I will bring out this the right parts. Okay, so this is it. I've done it, and the next thing is to insert this crinoline. inside this. I have about 2 pieces of crinoline here, so I'm going to hold the edge together, the two of them, and tie so that it will, be easier to penetrate inside. That's just the essence. Okay, so I'm going to secure it, then push it inside this fabric. So I'm going to do this to the 8 of them, 6 of them. So after this, I'm going to cut out this. So I'm going to repeat this same process like 8 more times, 6 more times. I don't know why I'm always saying 8 more times, 8 more times. Okay, it's just 6. So the essence of using this crinoline, this 2 crinoline, is to make it very thick. Okay, it's to make it thicker. So this is it. I will allow the crinoline, the sewn part, to be at the center. Then I'll cut out the excess part of the crinoline. Okay, so I'm going to cut this part out and also cut this part out. Then we'll start working. Make sure that the sewn part is at the center. So this is it. I have about 6 of them, so I'm going to use 5 for now. Okay, I'm going to use 5 for now, then later we will use the other one. Okay, so as it is now, this is the sewn part. Okay, so it's going to face each other. Then I'll make her running stitches. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to insert my thread here, take it up just like that until I get to the end. So after that, I'm not going to cut my thread. I'm going to continue with it. I'm going to pick another one just like that, fix it this way, then continue running through it. So I'm going to repeat that process to the other ones, excluding this one, which will stay at the top. Okay, so I'm done stitching the 5 of them. So what I have to do now is to drag, then get this one and insert here, insert it here, so that it will help it stick well. Okay, so this is what I have. So now I'll go ahead and secure my stitches. Make sure I stitch very well. So secure your stitches now, then the fabric flower is almost ready. Okay, so for the satellite, I have my millinery wire, so I'm going to fold it this way with the 2 sides, the 2 edges together. Then I'll use my marking tape to hold it down. Okay, so the length of this wire is about 38 inches, but you can make use of more, and you can make use of lesser length. Okay, it all depends on your outcome. So let me tape it very well, then we'll continue. So the next thing is to cover up this millinery wire with my buyer's tape. So I'm going to apply gum here. This is the gum I'm using for this project, so but you can use any type of gum of your choice. Okay, so I'm going to apply gum. So after applying gum generously on your Alice band, then you wrap. Okay, So I'm going to wrap it to the end. You see, I'm done covering up with my bias tape. So the next thing I'll do now is to cover it up with this net. Okay, so this is the net. I wish I can double this net, but it's not wide enough. Okay, I can double it this way so that it will be firm. Doubling your net is optional, okay? It's optional. So I'll get this and place in the middle. Just place it in the middle. So I'm using about 1 yard of net, then gather the center. I'll gather the center, then it's just making it look too big, but let me reduce it. Okay, this is it, and I'll just gather it to the center. Gather the net to the center. Then tie at the center. Okay, make sure it's very firm before you tie. Use a thicker millinery wire for your project if you want to have a good result. So I'm going to go ahead to tie this end where I'm holding. So this is it. This is my thread. I'm using it to tie it. Make sure you tie yours very firm. So this is it. I'm done tying with my needle and thread. So I'll go ahead and cut out this. So this is it. It's almost ready. So the next is to proceed to the fabric flower. You can twist this to get any shape you desire, okay? But as you're twisting, just be adjusting the net so that it doesn't look bogus, okay? Decide to twist to get any shape of your choice, okay? So this is how I'm twisting mine, and so this is the figure that I want, just 8, okay? So this is okay, this is what I want. So the next thing is that I will tack, then gather all the excess net to the center, then stack. Okay, I'm going to do that with the needle and thread I have here. So immediately after doing this, I'll move over to the fabric flower. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share, comment, okay? So this is it. Next is to get my fabric flower and attach to it. Okay, so I'm going to sew this down to it like that with my needle and thread. I'm going to sew it. So this particular place is going to be at the center while I stitch. Okay, then after stitching it at the center, then you tack these ones. Just tack it to make it very firm, okay? So let me go off camera and do the tacking. Just tack underneath, okay? Tack these points to the net, come over to this side, tack to the net. Okay, so that's just it. I'm done tacking it down. The next thing is to get my Zara cap and locate where I want it to be, where the design will sit. So I prefer attaching my design to the side. Okay, so with my needle and thread, I'm going to sew the design to the Zara cap. Okay, so you can put it on your mannequin head to determine exactly where you want to position it. So I'm going to tack it very well. Then after tacking it down, I'll now cover up this top part. So I'm done attaching it. I sewed it down with my needle and thread, and this is what I have. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to cover up this middle part. Okay, so how I'm going to do it is that I'm going to use my gum to gum this 2 points together. Then after that, I'll gum it to the center, or you can simply tack with your needle and thread. So let me go off camera and do that. So instead of gumming, you can also choose to tack with your needle and thread. So I think I'll be stitching mine. Stitching will make it more firm. So this is it. Then I secure my stitches, I tack. Then after securing my stitches, I will then sew down or use my gum to hold it down, but I think I prefer stitching down. So from under, I'm going to stitch it, but let me cut out this since I've already secured it. So I'm gradually tacking it down to the base. So this is because I want it very firm and durable. So this is it. I'm done tacking it, and my Zara cap is ready. So this is it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this tutorials, please give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe to my channel. Okay, God bless you. Bye.